thing that was most valuable in the serving leader cohort was the ability to get feedback from the cohort about an idea that I had rolled out 3 years ago, and having the appreciation for people listening to it for the first time about the need to reinforce that through the organization, and the ideas about how to keep it fresh and drive it through.
You know, some might look at the time having been spent in the serving leader cohort, reading the chapters, kind of doing the homework, being in the classroom and with the fellow individuals from the cohort as being a big investment, and maybe that's the way to look at it, but really for me it was a commitment to really pursuing something that ended up being transformative for me. The participation in the cohort happened to align with a dramatic career change that I ended up making, and it wasn't just transactional for me, it really was transformational, that which I chose to do and I now have the privilege of doing, which is really waking up every morning and serving other people.
One of the key aspects that impacted me in a really heavy way was raising the bar. I'm entering into an organization where change is imperative, and because of this change that's needed, each one of the leaders that report to me need to up their game. And the raising the bar section really helped me reflect inwardly about what it meant to raise the performance of my team.
The reason it was so good for me was because it set some deadlines on my time and made me prioritize the time that I spent working on some of the things I know that needed to be worked on. It was especially great to be able to work with other entrepreneurs in the area and work together, because we'd sit together in breakout sessions and we'd come up with some really good ideas that I took home and then put into practice in my business, and really paid off.
I think that the most valuable thing working with John is his ability to convene great thinking minds within our community together to have deep, meaningful conversation.
The serving leader process was a great time investment for me as a leader, because it did just that. It provided the time for me to sit and reflect on a lot of the principles and ideas, and the space to do that during what would be a work day. And as leaders, we don't take the time to sit aside and really do the thought work around vision and values and driving it through the organization. And in the space of the cohort, I had time to not only drive that through, but to get feedback from people around it about doing it. And if I had to do it on my own, I wouldn't have had the time to do it.
There are only 24 hours in a day, and whenever I or others look at development opportunities, the obvious question is, what am I going to get out of it? What's the return on investment for my company? And so I asked that question about serving leader. And it really comes down to human capital. And so as I look at what I've learned through the process about setting the vision, holding accountability, investing in other people, valuing other people, and I take it back to my company, it's immeasurable what I have seen people light up, become fully engaged, buy into the vision that is clear and succinct, so that they become individuals who are paying back to the company, paying back because of what I learned from serving leader.
I've always said that you can't put a return on investment on the most valuable things in life, particularly those things that transform us and allow us to be impactful in our communities.
The return on investment I see for me is twofold. One, it's allowed me a clarity and focus on what I want to execute day in and day out with my organization. It allowed me to set the objectives in a particular way that had impact on the organization. And last and definitely not least, it's the vision, the vision and the mission has become very clear to my team and allows them a set of marching orders or sets the tone as they cascade it through the organization.